Hey everyone, welcome. It's Jim and it's great to see you. I'm your host and guide in navigating the wilderness. Wherever you are in this world and whatever time you're watching this, I sincerely appreciate you being here. You could be doing any number of things right now, but you chose to spend a few minutes with me, and that makes me extremely grateful. Today I'll be continuing in my reading of my devotional and then sharing my thoughts on the topic. My hope is that today's message will inspire and encourage you. So, with that being said, let's get started. So I'm going to pause it really quick before I do it. So my other computer had a graphics card that I found out that the graphics card was not strong enough to handle the whole video setup here that I've got. So I was very stressed and frustrated and moved everything around and got my other computer, which has got a much better graphics card, and I'm using that. So hopefully that will eliminate the problems that I was having with my recording and when it was locking up and just not working and getting so frustrated. So it helps to have the right tools. So bear with me if some of the things are a little quirky here. I think my microphone still might be a little bit on the high side, but I'm going to adjust that a little bit here. Hopefully that'll be a little bit better. But anyway, so today's message is something that God shared with me a couple years ago. When I wrote a lot of this stuff, it was years ago. And it's amazing how you might think that something may not matter when you're doing it, but there may be implications or there might be benefits that have a ripple effect that will last for years and years and years. So a lot of the things that I'm reading as I'm going through this devotional, I wrote years ago. And it's amazing how a lot of these things that I'm reading are good for me. So hopefully they're helpful to you. But anyway, this is a dream that I remember that I had with God kind of sharing something personal with me, but hopefully it's something that will help you. So let's get started with that. I had a dream or a vision from God that I believe He wanted me to share. He said to me, "Hang on tight to me as if you were in a raging sea and I am your life preserver. You will face some challenges, and it may seem that I am not with you, but I am. There will be times when you want to give up, but hold tight to me, for I am with you. Trust me and do not believe what your eyes or circumstances tell you, for I am working behind the scenes. The latter will be better than the former, because I have already seen it. Do not get down on yourself. Do not lose your focus upon me. You think you are weak, and you are on your own. I love when you cling to me like that life preserver. Together, we are victorious. You are my precious child, and I will always protect you and love you." So I know that that's a little bit personal in sharing that to you, but I think that we as children of God should try to, like when God especially gives us a vision or a dream or something that is really impactful in our life, I think God will tell you when He wants you to keep it to yourself, but I think a lot of times it's encouraging for other people to hear what God is telling you, because chances are they have or they will be going through or they are going through something very similar to what you are experiencing. So that quick, thought of the day was something obviously that was personal for me, but it was encouraging for me at the time, and I can definitely see it's being an encouragement for me now, and hopefully it's encouraging you, because I think God wants us to cling on to Him like we are drowning. It's the same thing as like when Peter was asked to step out of the boat when Jesus was walking on the water. The storms were going all around them and everything, and and that's a perfect metaphor. And I'm getting chill bumps thinking about what that must have been like, with Peter actually experiencing that live. There's storms going on all around you and everything, and then here comes Jesus walking on the water, and then He says, and Peter's like, "Is that really you, Lord?" And He's like, "Well, if that's really," Jesus is like, "Yeah." And He's like, "If that's you, Lord, bid me to come to you." And Jesus is like, "Yeah, come to me," and walk towards me. And Peter stepped out of the boat. I mean, what a crazy person. That is just blows my mind thinking about that kind of faith. I wish I had an ounce of that kind of faith, of being just to walk out and not care what your eyes see or what your senses are telling you, but to have that complete and total trust and blind faith that you're going to believe anything Jesus said, and you know that Jesus has already got your back and He's going to make it all right. And as long as Peter kept his eyes focused on Jesus, the storms, the All the circumstances around him did not matter an ounce. But as soon as he took his eyes off of Jesus and focused on all the circumstances, he began to sink. And isn't that what we do? We step out in faith and we're like, okay, we're going forward. And then something happens, or circumstances happen, finances, or a family member, or friends, or our job, or something, chaos happens, or something just comes to wreck us, and just to get us off our path and get us get our focus off of Jesus. And that's what the world and the devil tries to do. And that's exactly what happens. Like when we take our focus off of Jesus and get focused on our circumstances and the negative stuff and all the other noise in this world, we start to sink. But the great thing is that Jesus is there to pick us up. Immediately, Jesus saw that Peter was starting to sink. But you know what? Jesus was like, you know what? I got you. And he reached out and grabbed him and lifted him up and rescued him. And isn't that what Jesus does when us all? Whether we ask him or not, he's got our back. But it's just so comforting to know that as long as we keep our focus on Jesus and hold on to him like that life preserver, the storms of life they're going to happen, but we're going to be able to get through them. Of course, we don't want to go through the storms of life, but you know what? That's going to happen. That's part of life. I think it was from Chuck Swindoll. I think he had a saying or quote that said, "I never heard of anybody's faith growing when things were going good." Your faith only grows through the challenging times. You become a stronger Christian, and you become stronger morally and in your character when you go through something. My goodness, we don't want to go through stuff. But when you are going through things, be encouraged and know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. There is God is there. Jesus is there to rescue you, and he's got your back, and he's going to reach out, and if you start to sink, he's going to rescue you. So hopefully that was something that was helpful to you. This was obviously something that God shared with me, but hopefully he spoke to you through this dream or vision that I had from years ago. And I can definitely apply it to my life today. So hopefully it's something that is beneficial to you. But having said all that, what do you think? Let me know in the comments section. I'd love to hear from you. Some of the things that I shared might be something that you might be going through, or that you might go through in the future or whatever. But or that you have gone through already before. But share your comments and let me know where you're at, and if something like this has happened to you, to where there were storms in life, but Jesus was there to rescue you. Anyway, so please remember to like this video, share this video, and subscribe to the channel if not already. I'm Jim. Thanks for stopping by. Be encouraged, never give up, and God bless.